And this discussion will revolve around the following topics: assistive technology and STEM accessibility, emerging trends in STEM education, preparing students for STEM careers, and student centered approaches in STEM. I request the dignitaries to kindly come up on the stage and take their respective places. Shri Tarun Ramesh Agarwal, Founder CEO, Kritrima Prajna Innovations Private Limited, EduCobot. Shri Arun Kumar Gupta, IRS Director, Khelo India, SAI, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of Bharat. Dr. Vinay Thakur, Managing Director, National Informatics Center Services, Inc., Government of Bharat. And Dr. Ekta Kapoor will be moderating this panel discussion. She is the Head, Frontier and Futuristic Technologies Division, GST, Government of Bharat. Dr. Biswajit Saha will be joining us in another 10-15 minutes. I believe. One extra chair. I'll get this chair removed. I request you all to be kindly attentive, as this is going to be a very interesting discussion centered around various important topics. So the stage is all yours, Dr. Ekta Kapoor.
Thank you so much, and welcome back to this very important panel discussion, which we are having as a part of this STEM India Summit and the Awards 2023. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizers, especially ICRA, headed by Dr. Rajkumar Sharma ji and his team, who have been so, working so hard for the past so many days, contacting each one of you and having a wonderful, wonderful session. I still have my goosebumps when I remember the Chandrayaan 3 session, which just preceded the lunch today. With that, ongoing interest in the program and continuing with today's theme. So we have this panel discussion where we need all the young minds to be motivated towards, establishing their careers in and around STEM. By STEM, we all understand it refers to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And we want the youth of India to come up and join the race that each economy is now having in the areas of these emerging technologies. By emerging technologies, I really want to focus on the AI and ML, the robotics, the cobotics, the quantum technologies, and the micro level work that is now being done by the country. We have launched a new national mission, which is called the National Quantum Mission in 2023, and that would again aim to bring out the India in a leadership role in the technologies like quantum in the world. We are one of the few emerging nations who have taken up this mission, and as rightly pointed out by the Chandrayaan 3 mission people, the eminent scientists we met in the afternoon, anything that is taken in a mission mode is to be completed within a particular, designated period of time.
I really apologize to intervene. We have one more panelist, Mr. Sanjeev Bishnoi, Vice President, Bajaj Capital. I request you to kindly join the other panelists on the stage. Mr. Sanjeev Bishnoi, Vice President, Bajaj Capital. A very warm welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. You can. We have there. You can sit here. Can I continue? I will. Thank you so much, and a very warm welcome to Mr. Bishnoi here. So my colleague panelists will be speaking about, more of the programs of the Government of India, but here in the capacity of the mission director on a national mission on interdisciplinary cyber physical systems. So I head the mission as the mission director. It is in short called NMICPS. And under this mission, we have set up, the mission was actually initiated it was announced in 2018. And thereafter, it's a mission for a period of 9 years. We have already set up 25 technology innovation hubs under this mission in some of the premier academic institutions of the country, including the IITs, the ICERs, and IISc Bangalore. The mission works to develop technologies. It also works to develop skill among the youth. It also, has a mandate towards entrepreneurship development or setting up a startup ecosystem, thereby increasing job opportunities for the youth of the country. And finally, the mission aims to establish technologies in collaboration with international partners so that the country, gets a chance to work at par with some of the developed countries of the world. The scientists can, participate in exchange programs with other countries, and we also get a chance to learn from others and getting others to learn from us. With this, I would also like to mention that the 25 technology innovation hubs have been set up in the key areas of emerging technologies, and the mission has completed half of its active period now. It was launched in 2020, and the mission has developed some of the groundbreaking technologies, and groundbreaking research has been carried out. We are developing technologies in each of the 25 emerging technology verticals. And some of our technology innovation hubs have already started getting a good market connect, and they have been able to commercialize the technologies that have been developed, to help the country to establish a complete ecosystem around these emerging technologies. So with this, I think I've given a kickstart to the role of the government, bringing out 2 national missions through the Department of Science and Technology, where I currently work. And these 2 missions, again, aim to bring out, more work to be done, because the government doesn't want us to work in silos. We want the entire ecosystem to be set up, the entire society to contribute towards developing the nation towards its goal of attaining Atmanirbharta, or becoming a self-reliant India. So with this, I would request my fellow panelist, Dr. Vinay Thakur, who's the MD at NIXI in the Ministry of Electronics and IT. So, sir, could you please elaborate on the activities of MIghty, which have been pursued under the Digital India program?
Thank you, Dr. Ekta, and very good afternoon. It is an honor for me to have come to this 5th edition of STEM Innovation and Awards, and would like to thank Dr. Raj Sharma and the entire team of ICRA. When we started Digital India in 2014, definitely the vision was to transform India into digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. And with that vision, and another statement which directly came from Honorable Prime Minister, that IT plus IT is equal to IT, that Indian talent plus information technology is India's tomorrow. So he gave a statement that technology only can bring about changes, and then there were 3 vision areas on which we started working. First one was the digital infrastructure, where we are setting up BharatNet, connecting all our Gram Panchayat on gigabit backbone fiber optics network. Then setting up Aadhaar, setting up common service centers in villages, where we have set up around 5.34 lakh common service centers. The second vision area was definitely the services, where we have enabled more than 5,000 services, e-services, starting from passport to banking to land records to many more. So these were the services, and then we are also integrating these services in order to provide you a personalized services. Like farmer can go to a single portal and then take use of a single platform to fetch all the services, whether it is land record, it is fertilizer, it is any other service related to Fasal Bima Yojana or PM Kisans, they are also being integrated. The third vision area was very, very important, was towards the citizen empowerment. And number of programs related to skilling, reskilling, digital literacy was started by the government. The main program, PM Disha, which people may be aware of, we conducted a survey in rural areas where we decided that one person in each family should be digitally literate. So we carried out the survey and then found that 6 crore family, they don't have anyone who is computer literate. And so we started one program called PM Disha. And out of 6 crore, we have already trained around 5.34 crore people on a digital literacy program. It was a 40 hours capsule, which is taught to these people, and then exam is taken and they are given certificate also. Another program started by ma'am was talking of emerging technologies. That is very, very important. We want to skill and upskill, reskill the people who are working in some technology area. And Future Skill Prime was started in 2020 during COVID. And it is the program which has been started by with industry in ESCOM, where anyone can register himself and skill or reskill himself on emerging areas like cybersecurity, like cloud computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So number of programs have been started by the government. We have also started one program called Meaty Startup Hub, where we do sponsor and then support the students, the youths who want to open their startup, who wants to put their ideas into reality, where some funding is being given by Meaty, as well as for that some funding do come from the Department of Industrial Promotion also, and many more programs. But for IT field, we do support and then provide that funding. And we have also opened around 20 Center of Excellence in different areas, in different places, where again, youth can come with their ideas, common infrastructure, and even the funding support is also, the connection is done in such a manner that funding is also ensured through some private sector support. So these programs have been started in order to encourage students, in order to encourage innovators to work out the technologies which could be put in use, which could provide the solution for the global problems. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for these insights. I would now, we have with us Mr. Arun Kumar Gupta ji, who's Director for Kelo India. So, Mr. Gupta, if you could just, elaborate on the scientific aspects of sports, how Kelo India and Fit India movements of the government have actually contributed to building a scientific temper in the today's youth.
Thank you, ma'am. And thank you for the organizer for the 5th edition of India's largest that STEM education conference and awards. So I am the person who looks that completely out of subject from today's conference, because I not belongs to the science and technology. But when we talk to STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So STEM education is not just science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It tells us that there has to be something to learn for everything. This is the ultimate goal of STEM education. So being a sports administrator, I can tell you that how sports are benefiting from getting these emerging technologies in the sports science, and then how our athletes are benefited with the sports science. So right now, I can tell you there is a very ambitious scheme Government of India is running, that is E-Khel Pathshala. So this scheme is such a scheme that if the PE teachers who has to get advanced training, but they cannot get the access of the prestigious colleges or the institutes, they can just log into our mobile application and then learn their sports discipline. There are the basic training and then the details of every sports discipline. There are very high resolution audio visual materials are available. And simultaneously, this scheme is also available for the athletes who cannot go to academy due to multiple reasons, like they belongs to a very remote region, or the sports facility are not available in that area, or the sports facility is available but not the sports discipline they are following. So for those people, they can go to our mobile application and learn how to pursue that sports. They can learn the technical details of every sports. Apart from that, in recent few years, we have also developed a very robust system of sports science and sports medicine. So for that, there is a completely different department is there. And now I can tell you that the sports science department is very much enriched, and our athletes are getting benefited. Their injuries are become very less nowadays because they are getting proper guidance and proper diet, and they are also aware about the dopings and other things. So this is how the sports administration is using the science and technology. So I'll tell you the Khelo India and then Fit India. So Fit India mission is also launched by Honorable Prime Minister in 2019. And the entire goal of Fit India mission is that all the citizens should be fit. Government of India wanted that all the citizens should be healthy, and during the COVID time, we have understand the importance of fitness. So we have started this mission in 2019, and based on our mission, UNESCO has also launched a program Fit for Life. That is after COVID, after learning from our experience of Fit India mission, they have launched a program Fit for Life. So nowadays, if a person is fit, he will be definitely inclined to a particular sports, and after he inclined to the sports, he can develop his sports skill, and then he can enroll himself in the Khelo India scheme, and then he can go for the TOPS. TOPS scheme is another scheme, is the Targeted Olympic Podium scheme. That is for the premier athletes. So I just wanted to tell you that science is not a subject which has to be taught in the classrooms. Science is a thing which can be taught in the playground. Science is not just a subject, it is a mindset. So one who cannot study science can also be a greatest scientist. Our ancient Rishi Munis who has understand the psychology, they are also scientists. So with this, I can just only say that we are the beneficiary of science. As you can see that this is the year when we have achieved the highest success in the sports. It is all credit goes to science. Because if there is no sports science, our athlete could not able to perform better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gupta, and it is really, great to listen to people who, who can implement science in almost every field of life. I'm really also would like to share that the Department of Science and Technology has a number of programs which are designed for the budding scientists. You all would have heard about the Inspire program of DST. So that's a program which serves 5 different levels of people. It right starting from the school children up to the postdocs, people who do postdoc in the country. And such programs are actually for nurturing of the young minds, young talents to come forward and take up science as a discipline, to establish careers in science and to help the country progress in such wonderful areas. I would now like to request Shri Sanjay Bishnoi ji, who's Vice President Bajaj Capital, to please tell us about more that happens in the corporate regarding the science and how the young students, the youth of tomorrow, of today can help us to further pursue the research, commercialization, development of technologies in the emerging areas of STEM?
Thank you, Dr. Kapoor, and I thank ICRA for giving an opportunity to speak to all of you. Government forms the framework and the regulations where the STEM is now coming up very strongly in the last few years. Where we step in broadening that horizon. What happens when a concept is done, the proof of concept is there, it's at the very initial stage, and most of the founders or those technocrats, they put little amount of capital and show to the world that yes, we have done this thing good. Where we step in is we take it to the next stage by providing few lakh rupees up to crores of rupees so that it can be commercially viable for the masses. Not only into the STEM sector, we have also helped in different sectors as well, be it fintech, be it cyber tech, be it artificial intelligence, machine language, or any other thing. So broadly, what happens that after the concept is born, it's been incubated at the college level or the university level. Those people or those who are entrepreneurs, they require funds to grow to the further level. Now, how does the funds come in? So we are the ones who advise them. We mentor them. As on date, we have helped more than 250 plus startups, pan India, more than 10 sectors. We have funded them, we are mentoring them. We also provide them the place to operate. Just for to give an example, we have 4 locations in Gurgaon itself, 8 locations pan India. Because what happens for them, sometimes even operating out of a home or any other place become cumbersome. So we give a complete paraphernalia or infrastructure for those concepts to grow. What is happening that as of now, most of them, they are coming from the engineering colleges. But we encourage that not only the engineering colleges or the universities could be the breeding ground, but there could be other colleges, as mentioned by Mr. Gupta, that in the sports also there are a lot of activities happening. There are a lot of things happening onto the pharmaceutical side and the fintech side. So everybody needs to grow beyond a point. So that is where we step in, we help them. And we have a very huge team. The experts are being drawn from the different aspects. If it's a fintech, then we get a fintech guy who has an experience of more than 30 years. If it's from the agri-tech, then we get a person who has an experience of more than 20 plus years, so on and so forth. So what happens, the entrepreneur or the person who has made that concept, he is focusing on his growth. Rest of the things are being held by the team or the mentor in growing up. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. My apologies. I mentioned Vice President Bajaj Capital. It's Vice President India Accelerator. My apologies for that. I would now like to invite Shri Tarun Ramesh Agarwal ji, founder CEO EduCobot, to further tell us how their organization is helping to build temperament among the youth of the country to further work in the areas of STEM. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ekta ji. Thanks everyone, and thanks to Team ICRA for giving us the opportunity. So yes, I think what's encouraging is STEM as a field. Everyone knows what STEM is, what the benefits are, and how it really helps. And especially those who have engaged with it, they realize and they see the difference and the impact, what it creates. For us as an organization, as EduCobot, where we wanted to add value to is in the process of how we integrate STEM into the system, or how we can make this journey accessible in the best manner possible for every student or the university that wants to engage with it. We obviously looked at it from an education level at a beginning of the journey itself, like for example, the grade 3 onwards. And some of the core challenges that we identified, that the schools do want to implement STEM as a journey, But the main challenge in front of them is, one, getting a trained faculty. The other is giving students the tools of engagement, of how they can use the technology, how they can learn and apply these knowledge. And obviously, if they are student are practicing something on their own, even at home. So where the challenge was, if we look at the student teacher's point of view, okay, from a school and the teacher point of view, the the school has a good amount of faculty, but all they need is an upskilling. There are teachers available for maths, there are teachers available for science, but when we have to apply the concepts of robotics, AI, ML, I think all they need is a little guidance and some tools which helps them to get upskilled. Okay, and that is exactly the area where we focused on creating tools that help a teacher with basic knowledge, with knowledge of science or maths or technology, to upskill and be able to teach the subjects like coding and robotics. So that is one aspect where we added some innovation, where we've used artificial intelligence and created tools which empower the schools to very seamlessly deliver the journey. We have implemented our technology in schools in India, in schools in Africa, and we are seeing the results where teachers now are very confidently able to teach. The other lens which we looked at it from a student point of view. What happens with the student is he's able to attend the sessions in the classroom, get a good inclination and motivation to associate with the concepts, but when he's practicing or trying to achieve something in isolation, maybe at his home, if he's stuck somewhere or he's not able to solve a particular aspect in a program, for example, writing a program or creating a project, the student is not able to do it, and now he loses that motivation because he was not able to do it. So at that point, if we are able to provide a certain support, a certain guidance to the student to fix the issue and move on, so that helps them to build confidence on the subject. Okay. The other aspect, obviously, then it's about the reach, making it reachable, where not every child can afford a computer at home. Okay. So that is another aspect which we took care of, where with our platform you can work on any device and very comfortably achieve the tasks that you need to achieve. And we are also offering is the training programs for the teachers, where we are reaching out to the schools, training the teachers, upskilling them, and now then these teachers are then able to use our platform and deliver the knowledge to the students. So that's broadly how we're approaching it.
Well, that's wonderful. I think the main missions or the initiatives taken by the Government of India under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, namely, we have seen so many initiatives coming over the past so many years since this government is in place. We have, programs like Digital India, we have Skill India, we have Startup India, and of course, Make in India was the dream of Honorable PM. And we have seen the economy of the country rising up, the steps in the ladder, and today we are the third largest growing economy of the world. So I would like to thank each and every member, of our society who has contributed to this dream of Atmanirbhar Bharat. We are moving towards making India self-reliant till 2030, and maybe before that even. So I would like to, again thank each and every panelist also present here for supporting all of us. And I would request the audience, thank all the audience also for, patiently listening to all of us. And if you have any questions, we are open for that, for the panelists. So I would request the mics to be, rotated for any questions. Yeah, we have a question there with the, can we have the mics there? Please raise your hand again. Yeah.
Yeah, good evening, esteemed panelists. So, as we discussed about robotics and sports and education, so where do we see ourselves that we are really studying AI, ML, or robotics like physics, maths in our school? So, can we see that in near future or it's a far future for right now?
Mr. Gupta, would you like to take that? Okay, sir.
No, we have started a big program in the government itself called National Program on AI, where robotics, AI, AR, VR, and all these emerging areas will be covered. We will be starting the research. We have already, in fact, started somewhere. These technologies are already being used. We are using these in the governance-related problem, healthcare, and all. And also want to see that how we can further take them and then improving the citizen services, in improving our day-to-day lives, as well as that new education policy where government has mandated that coding will be started from the class 6 itself. So probably that is a welcome step where students will be exposed from 6th class onwards itself to do a small type of programming, and will probably, as they grow up in the classes, they will also be working on the algorithms related to AI and ML, and seeing to it that they are used in various things which Mr. Gupta was talking of, in sports or in many other sectors and fields. So we are there. We are almost third or fourth in the field of AI. The first one probably, we have one site, you can see indiaai.gov.in, where there will be the details of which country is doing what in the field of AI. So after probably America, China, and something Australia, probably we are the first which is picking up and then making use of AI in almost all the aspects of everyday's life. Thank you.
So can you just tell me again what do you want to understand about sports? Yeah, yes. So as I said that there is a very uh, big program in Khelo India, that is E-Khel Pathshala. So in this E-Khel Pathshala, we are using all this AI and AR, VR technology so that our athlete, our grassroots athlete could learn the basics of a sports, and then the advanced courses will also be available in due course, so that if he cannot have access of any academy, in that case also he can learn at home and do the practice. So he doesn't require a proper academy or a proper coach. Of course, I cannot tell that this technology can substitute the role of a coach, but at least if you can, means anyone can be a eklavya. So we will not have a physical teacher, well, we will have something which enable us to get a proper training center. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I would also just like to add here that the new games and gaming technologies that are being developed, not only at a national level but at regional levels also. They are in different vernacular languages, and we also want the youth to know more about the heritage and the culture of the country. So we have now different games which are being developed with the help of technologies like AR, VR, which focus on the stories of Ramayana or Mahabharata, and the exact verdicts of Bhagavad Gita, what it meant, and so that our youth also doesn't lose the rich cultural heritage that our country enjoys. So I would request more questions to come up, sir, please.
Hi, this is a question to Binayji. This is Sanjay Panda, and I am a ISACA member, Information Security Audit Control Organization, plus a legal guy. As the DPDP bill has been come up, there is, I think, that little more education is required, because the ISACA CISO members are reluctant to go into a DPO side because of legal knowledge are required on that side. So I think some kind of legal kind of knowledge need to be added in the other side of the information security side. So is there any provision has been made on that side right now?
Sir, yeah, so DP bill, its implementation definitely, we have to see the concerns of security for security and privacy related to personal data. So whosoever is maintaining, storing that data, processing data, it is his responsibility that he is taking care of and storing the data in more secured manner. So that is built into this. In case there is some lapses, then there are a lot of big fines out there. It says wherever we are implementing it, like DigiLocker and many other places, we have big databases in the government. So we are, henceforth, we will be implementing in them in a manner that we take your consent also while using the data. So in case you have given some data for DigiLocker, and we are using it for some other purposes, we will be sending you a SMS that your data is being taken by government to be used for this, whether you say yes. If you say no, then that access will not be provided to that department. But if you say, you don't say anything, so it will be presumed that you have given your access. And if you say yes, definitely it can. So for the purpose for which it is stored, the data will be used for that purpose only. So those are some of the highlights of the bill. And I don't think there is any legal knowledge or anything is needed for this. Probably that is very simple. If you go to the highlight, there are 4 or 5 highlights. Yeah. You can go through that, and then accordingly you can implement your systems. Yeah.
Thank you.
Dr. Vinay, thanks for informing us about all the schemes. I wanted to know, like, online the information is there, but is MeetY organizing any events or meetings with startups or, professionals to know about the inputs or organize something in person?
No, so I was telling that we have a startup hub called MeetY Startup Hub. You can go down to our website and see the details. We are mentoring around 30,000+ startups. So anyone, whosoever want to innovate, whosoever has some idea, can register with us. And then definitely a lot of sports system is flowing out of that MeetY Startup Hub. So that is one. And in case some organization want to do some project, even ma'am was talking of about PSD scheme, we too have lot of schemes in case some organization want to have a project around any of the technologies. IT is one which can be applied in any technology, whether it is sports or either with finance or any other place. So technology can be applied. So you can submit the projects to us, and definitely they are routed through a process. And if found suitable, they are approved, and then that is how we work with the organization, and we work with the private sector also. So that is there.
Dr. Ekta, similar question for you. I've seen the Kiran program and other schemes, So any event is organized to bring together the women and, discuss with them in person?
I'm sorry, I don't deal directly with the Kiran program. We have Dr. Nisha Mendirata, who's heading the Kiran program in the department. But yes, they have a yearly calendar maintained for the events that are being held, especially for the women scientists. And it's one of the most popular program in the country for women scientists. So if particularly you are interested in any of the schemes where women scientists can be supported, you can always write back to DST and we'll be happy to answer the queries that you have. But yes, the year-long program keep running. The call for proposals are announced. They are announced for a particular period of time. So the support is continued all through the year.
Thank you.
But we can definitely, in case any organization wants to have this program or event conducted, we can definitely collaborate, support financially as well as scientifically also, and then contribute to that. So as I was saying, that we are open to everything. Anyone coming with new ideas, good ideas, we can support them.
Yes, beta. Answer.
Yes, thank you so much. I just wanted to ask if more intense and regular competitions sponsored by the government of India could be hosted in our schools, because at the end of the day, summits like these and platforms like I think ma'am mentioned as well, Inspire, are what encourage us to think out of the box and actually work towards projects and models like these. So.
We have started one program with Intel. I don't know, they may have reached your schools also related to AI. So AI is being put into your regular curriculum also. So those type of programs are being done, but there are many schools, so reaching everywhere is not possible for the government. So Atal Tinkering Lab is one of the programs where may have been around 8,000 of the labs have been opened in the school. Programs also, as per the demand, as per the requirement, we do try to reach out to the schools, because you are the youth for today and tomorrow. So definitely we would like to see that we are able to have those programs, are able to create interest among students so that they can get into STEM fields and other fields also. Everything, as Guptaji was talking of, everything do contribute towards a scientific temper and scientific mind. And then even if you are working in some other field, in that field you can probably propose something which with science together can give a wonderful results. So that way we are open to everything, and in case there is any specific demand, we can look into this and then work out a program around it.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions, please? Yeah, there. Okay, beta. You carry on. Yeah.
Yes, so today we talked about science, technology, engineering, but what I missed was mathematics. So sir, you said like how we are introducing coding into the curriculum. But sir, we have a difference between programming and coding. Coding can be done with AI, but programming is something which requires human. Programming requires logical thinking, and I think mathematical thinking is a very big aspect of it. And sir, I'm sorry to say, but I think our curriculum doesn't cater it at all. The problems are completely routine and can be easily done with, practice. Non-routine problems, creative problems aren't there. We have IMO, IOQM, but these programs are aimed at pulling out the mathematical talent, not developing the mathematical talent. We also have a lack of mathematical camps in our country, like, Princeton and all these universities have so many math camps. But what are we doing in India to develop and encourage mathematics?
No, see, without mathematics, I don't think you can do any coding. That is a wrong notion. Probably deep dive into mathematics is not being done in coding. That's what you are trying to do. And then we are not doing much in order to take out that hidden talent in the people. But then mathematics, as we study in engineering, mathematics is the mandatory from year one. So you are taught 2 subjects of mathematics in almost, when I studied in an annual system, where there were 2 subjects of mathematics next year, 2 subjects next year, till we reached final year. So mathematics is very much the need of our, probably we need to, as you are saying, we need to have more and more competition around mathematics. But what we feel, whether we are doing any hackathon or any challenge round, we think related to program, we think that mathematics is the foundation for it. So mathematical algorithms and the formulas are definitely will be used, but definitely we can have many more things related to mathematics only. That probably needs to be done.
I think the new education policy would also emphasize more on changing the curriculum, making it more, inclusive of mathematics. We all know science doesn't work without maths. So this will definitely be taken into cognizance, and the government is taking, good steps towards including all these areas to build the future, youth of tomorrow.
So may I add something here? So it is a general observation. So I tell you one, Mr. Yuval Noah Harari has recently written a book, 21 Problems of the 21st Century. So in that book, he has made a very good practical observation that in the changing world, we cannot have the earlier notion about our study. The earlier notion of study is that you have to be strong in a particular subject, and then you can go in that field and get a good job, and then your career will be secure and you can achieve higher and higher position in that particular area. He told that the time is changing so rapidly that we cannot imagine. In every 4-5 years, the things is completely changed. So in an engineering college or a medical college, the first year student can't speak the language of the final year student. There is a huge generation gap between the first year student and the final year student. So for that, he has suggested that we have to come out from the earlier notion of study. Now the ultimate meaning of study is that you should not be like a very deep rooted and very strong home. You should be like a gypsy camp, that you have learned something. If the things has been changed, then you can just take your tent and put it somewhere else. So you have to learn another thing in a very short period of time. So with this mindset, we can develop our own intelligence, and we have to capable our student. Sir, even that also I wanted to say, in the new education policy, we have to teach our kids that how to learn a new subject in a very shortest span of time. Yeah. This is the need of our. Thank you.
I would like to add here, in continuation with what Sir said, and to answer the question of the student here, if you go to IIT Madras website, they have started a very nice course, out of the box thinking by mathematics. Please go and do this. It will be very, very interesting. And for your information, there is an organization called NPTEL. It's a Government of India organization. Plenty of e-learning courses are available online, very short duration. So that's a very good information available. Take use of it.
Maybe a couple of more questions from the students there.
Good morning, everyone. So what I'm basically wanted to ask is that recently I've been participating in a lot of competitions, workshops, hackathons. But what I wanted to ask, that one thing my parents always constantly keep saying about is that beta ye sab to theek hai, but focus on your board examinations and all. Well, no means I mean to say that board examination is something uh, to be feared about. But what I'm asking is that at the time of college applications, what I'm basically saying is that all these competitions, hackathons, workshops which we are attending right now, they are not being given any sort of credible value. Like what at the end of the day it all comes about, beta aapke boards mein kitne number aa gaye. And again, I'm not against the notion. I'm a firm believer that examinations are one of the most important part of every child's journey. But what I'm basically trying to shine a ray of light upon is that I feel that all these competitions, hackathons, workshops, all these should be also given at least some percentage of importance, like 20-30% of importance, while at the time of college applications. Like, reason why it's a bit more connected to me is because I'm currently in class 12th. So I'm even searching for college applications, and at the end of the day, I come up to one thing only, that what is the percentage of marks you have scored. So, yeah.
That is an interesting question. The time is changing, as Gupta ji was saying that, but in US, they do consider these type of what you were talking just now. I'll tell you about my son when he was taking admission in US University after 12th. So he was a president of Aerospace Society in his school, and then participated in many competitions and even went to NASA 2 times. And they considered his 12th class marks were 86%, and then I was telling him that these are too less or too low. But then other day after getting admission, he was saying that, see, Papa, I got a letter that congratulations for your wonderful result in 12th. Whereas if you say 86% in India probably is a very less score. So they are being accounted outside, and probably in time to come, they will be accounted here also. So with new education policies, the things are going to change, and they are changing. So you can hope with time, I think you can have these type of things also included as part of admission process. Thank you.
Just adding up to what you just said, like a few days back, what I was earlier with the notion that I have to study just in India only, but he's my friend. So what he did basically, he said that looking up your CV, you have a pretty good profile, and you might even get a good scholarship in, you know, big colleges such as Princeton, Harvard, which were already mentioned by him. So like I got your point that yes, we are working in that direction. But one thing I'm asking is that what is the speed? We are in the right direction, and I firmly agreed with it. All the workshops which are being conducted right now, we are definitely in the right direction. But what I'm trying to point on is what is the speed of working. So yeah.
It is definitely there with policy coming in. Even there is a workshop also about a month back where the implementation around NEGP was and new education policy was reviewed by the government. So we are going ahead with good speed, fast speed, and the things are definitely going to change in few years probably.
I think attending these workshops, participating in hackathons, yeah, they definitely help in, you know, on overall building of your confidence in handling things, in, you know, expressing yourself, presenting yourself, and also trying to understand what is the need of the hour. You don't really need to only go through your textbooks, but you need to be an all-rounder, to be, you know, the conqueror of your own theme, your own area. So with this, I would really like to thank the audience present here. We need to wind up because of paucity of time, I've been told. Okay, last question from here, this side. ये लीजिए, आप माइक ले लीजिए प्लीज.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि जैसे लोग करंटली बहुत ज़्यादा वीडियो गेम खेलते हैं. जैसे मेरे रूम पार्टनर एक मिनिमम 4 से 5 घंटे तो पबजी में दे ही देता है, और यहाँ पे लोग बहुत से ऐसे बच्चे होंगे जो वीडियो गेम खेलते हैं. सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ऐसा है कि जैसे इन द फ्यूचर क्या कभी इन सब गेमों का भी पार्टिसिपेशन हो सकता है इस वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम?
ये ऑलरेडी शुरू हो चुका है ना. आपको ज़्यादा इंतज़ार करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. हो सकता है अगले एशियाड में आप खेल पाओ, है ना.
Just to add to it, you have seen that recently there are many games which have been, sponsored, and they have been, been televised on the different channels, and a lot of people are there making money out of it. So playing games is definitely going to be a big activity. Even now, you must have heard about a company by Dream 11. Then there have been the companies earlier, as Nazara Technologies and all. So it's not, don't get desperate कि अभी कुछ नहीं हो रहा. अभी बहुत कुछ हो रहा है. It's just that you are a part of that journey, initial journey. And maybe, say, because I come with that background, because I have to extrapolate about many sectors, it's going to be very big, just 18 months down the line.
So we can say it's not a waste of time.
It's good. If you are loving playing video games right now, you keep on doing it, you'll make more money than some tech graduates.
You must need to strike a balance. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much all. I now pass it on to the anchor, please.